Place the ruler card, main deck, and magic stone deck onto their respective places. Draw 5 cards from the main deck. Draw 4 cards from your main deck and place them face down in the life break area. The player that takes the first turn skips the draw and recovery step. During the call phase, player 1 rests the ruler to draw a card from the magic stone deck and places it onto the magic stone area. During the main phase, player 1 summons a resonator that can attack on the turn it is summoned. Player 1 goes into the battle phase, and since player 2 has no defenders, the attack goes through. At the start of player 2's turn, she draws a card and goes straight to the call phase. During her main phase, she summons a resonator and ends her turn here. On the second turn, player 1 summons another resonator. Since player 1's ruler allows resonators with cost 2 or less to attack on the turn it was summoned, he decides to attack with both. Player 2 decides not to block with her resonator, so again the damage goes through and she loses life points. During player 1's main phase for the third turn, he summons a third resonator. In response, player 2 decides to break. Breaking consists of flipping a card face up from those stacked in the life break area of the playground. If the card has a break ability, the player may activate it. All attacks are declared one at a time, giving the defending player an option to allocate defending resonators. During combat, if an attacking resonator is blocked, both resonators' attack values are compared against each other's defense values. If the defense value is brought to 0, the resonator is destroyed. Here, player 2 decides to play a standby spell. This card can't be activated directly from her hand. She needs to place it in the standby area by paying 2 will. It cannot be activated during the turn it was played. During player 1's main phase, he decides to play an addition. An addition is a card that can be attached to a resonator or left on the field depending on its type. He also decides to play a spell. They produce various effects when played, such as damaging a player or helping a resonator. Now, player 2 decides to activate the card in her standby area. To do this, the trigger condition must be met and she needs enough magic stones to produce the quantity and type of will needed. She must only have the magic stones. She doesn't need to put them in the rest state. Player 1 casts a spell against one of player 2's resonators. Player 2 decides to counter this by playing an instant that allows her to cancel the spell. This is called a chase. A chase is when your opponent plays an action that resolves before your action. Player 2 has 3 Resonators on her field and 2 recovered magic stones. This meets the condition to J activate her ruler, which she does.